You know the world is healthy and normal when the US government rolls out the nuclear apocalypse airplane and parks it at a civilian airport like it's an Uber Eats order. Yes, the Doomsday plane just pulled up in public, not in a secret desert base, not in some classified don't look here military zone. Los Angeles International Airport. Because nothing says don't panic like a flying Pentagon next to a Starbucks. So let's set the stage. On one side, the United States, currently juggling Ukraine, Russia, Iran, China, internal political circus acts, and a global vibe that feels like a group chat right before someone gets blocked. On the other side, a very special aircraft called the E-4B Nightwatch, also known as the Doomsday plane, the flying Pentagon, or my personal favorite, capitalism's final boss. This is the plane you use when Washington is gone, the internet is fried, and someone just tried to delete your entire government like a corrupted save file. And suddenly, civilians are spotting it, which is like seeing Batman's contingency bunker listed on Airbnb. Okay, rewind the tape. For decades, this plane was basically a myth with a maintenance budget. Built during the Cold War, designed for nuclear hell, hardened against EMP blasts, stuffed with antennas like a paranoid porcupine. Its entire job is simple. If the world ends, this becomes America. President, generals, nuclear command, global communications, all crammed into a flying 747 that refuses to die. Normally, this thing hides at Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska, which is already proof the government doesn't want attention. But then, flight trackers notice it. People film it. News picks it up, first near Washington, D.C., then all the way at Los Angeles International Airport, a civilian airport full of influencers, tourists, and one guy definitely yelling, "Bro, is that the nuke plane?" And suddenly headlines everywhere. Why is the Doomsday plane in public? Is war coming? Why does this feel like the opening scene of a disaster movie? Now here's where it gets weird. The US military did not need to land this plane at LAX. They have bases, they have secrecy, they have entire deserts where even Google Maps gets nervous. So the real question isn't, why did it fly? The real question is, why did they let you see it? Because this plane's greatest weapon isn't missiles, it's symbolism. This aircraft only means something because people know what it's for. It's not stealth, it's theater. It's the geopolitical equivalent of slowly cocking a shotgun while maintaining eye contact. On paper, they'll tell you routine flight, training, transport mission, maintenance, which is military language for please stop asking questions. But in geopolitics, nothing this dramatic is accidental. You don't casually roll out the end of the world plane unless you want somebody, somewhere, to notice. And notice they did. Russia noticed, China noticed, Iran noticed, NATO noticed, and Twitter definitely noticed. Now stack this with everything else happening. War grinding on in Ukraine, hypersonic missiles being flexed like new sneakers, Middle East volatility, global arms races, and political instability baked into every headline. The message is subtle, but not that subtle. You can hit our buildings. You can't hit our command. This isn't panic. This is posture. It's America standing in the mirror like, yeah, I still got it, and then whispering that into the global hallway. Modern power isn't just tanks and troops anymore. It's vibes, it's optics, it's strategic anxiety. Every major power today is basically an influencer, posting threat-adjacent content for engagement. China builds islands, Russia tests missiles, America parks the apocalypse at Gate B12. No shots fired, no speeches needed, just, by the way, even if you delete our capital, we still exist. That's not defense, that's psychological real estate. And the public element? That's not a mistake. That's deterrence through spectacle, because fear spreads faster than fleets ever could.
This is what geopolitics looks like now. Not secret rooms, not just closed-door summits, but curated power. Governments don't just prepare anymore, they perform preparedness. They leak, they allow sightings, they let algorithms do the intimidation. The Doomsday plane didn't just land, it posted. And the world scrolled. This is 21st century deterrence. Less Dr. Strangelove, more HBO trailer. And notice something else. Nobody officially panicked. Markets didn't crash. Embassies didn't evacuate. Because everyone understands the subtext. This isn't the start of war. This is the reminder trailer. This is where the information war really kicks the door in. So no, this doesn't mean nuclear war is scheduled for Thursday. But it does mean something important. The world's biggest powers no longer just prepare for disaster. They broadcast preparedness. They sell invincibility. They market continuity. They flex survival. Because in modern geopolitics, perception is a weapon system. And the Doomsday plane isn't just a machine. It's a message, a very loud one.
wrapped in aluminum, with nuclear Wi-Fi. So if you enjoyed today's episode of Why is the Apocalypse Parked Next to a Cinnabon, hit like, subscribe, and remember, in 2026, the scariest thing in geopolitics isn't the weapons, it's the press release. I'll see you in the next one, where reality continues to write satire faster than we ever could.